Can anyone please confirm? Am I audible or not? Yeah. Okay then. Last class where we stopped. Last class where we stopped. Just we designed the question paper, right? The quiz one. Just we designed the question paper. Okay. Now the next level. If the user selected some answers. Now what we have to do? That answers are correct or not. You have to check with key or not. You have to check with key or not. That is the next level one. Okay, once you find that result, okay, how many questions are like correct, that number, okay, number of questions, how many correct, that number you have displayed. Hey, you scored like 3, okay, you scored like this much, like this. You have to give one message to the end user. That is the next level. The first level completed. Okay, just you design the question paper. Okay, localhost 3000 if you put. Okay, now come here. And just click on the quiz one. Okay, my question paper. Okay, this is my question paper you created. Perfect. Okay, now the answer sheet you have to prepare is nothing but, if I click on this one, can anyone guess my first question answer is what? The user answer. Okay, it's not like a key. The user answer is what? My first question answer, it could like B or not. Okay, my first question answer, it could like B. My first question answer is like B. Okay, next. My second question, he checked this one and this one. That means my second question answer is like what? Okay, A, B. My second question answer is like what? A, D. Okay, now my third question, if we check like this, then the type my third question answer is like this, 3C. Okay, like this, in this format, I want the user's answer. Okay, my user answers I want in this format. Okay, now if you observe, my first question answer B, my second question answer like AD, my third question answer like C, my fourth question answer like BC, my fifth question answer like D. Okay, I want in this format. Okay, this looks like which format? First question B. Key value, key value, key value, key value, key value page or not? Means I want the user answers in the form of object like this. In the form of object simply. Okay, I want in this particular format. If you want to store the data we can store in the variable. The variable type may be a number, maybe a string, maybe an array, maybe an object, any one of these one. Now in this case, I want my answers in the form of what? In the form of object. Okay, like this I want. That is my next thing. Now tell me how I can prepare this user answers object based on this particular user clicks. User clicks. First question he clicked on C, third answer is nothing but what? My 1C should be there inside my user answers object or not. Like this I want to prepare. Can anyone suggest how we can do this? How we can do this? How we can do this? Here there is no buttons, nothing. See here. Okay, you click on the button, nothing. Okay, here there is no buttons, right? Here there is no buttons. See here. Here there has one input control is there. Based on this input control selection change, you have to take the data or not. This is my first question. If I select this one, okay, that should be answer like 1B. Okay, I changed my opinion. Okay, just instead of this B, just I put like A. Okay, then the time 1A. If I put this one, 1D, like this I want. Okay, then how we can? Yes. If you made any change in the input control by using one event, we can get the changes. Which event that is? It's not a click event. It's like on change is the event. If you made any change in the input control, my on change event can trigger, okay, can capture that particular changes. Okay, so that instead of click event or something, just you can use like on change or start with on change. Okay, where you want me to write the on change? That is the question. Where you want me to write the on change? Okay, let me close. Where you want me to write the on change? On change generally we are going to write for one element. Which element that is? Tell me. That is enough. Which element that is? Okay, here if you observe, see this, that changes are happened inside my radio button as well as inside my checkbox or not. You should have to write on change for these radio buttons as well as checkboxes. Let's start with radio button. Can we write one on change event here? Okay, any event you can write, okay, with camel case. In JavaScript, how many events are there? The same events we can use with camel case. Okay, here you can write like this dot function change. It's like a event listener method. So can we get this function change? Can we define it in the component? Okay, this is my constructor. Just close it. Here, can we define this method? Yes. For this method, I want to make my object is available. How we can make it available? One object by binding or not. Okay, I want to make my current object available to this particular method. How we can? This dot function change dot bind of my current object. My bind method returns me what? My bind method returns me the same function or not. So you can use the same function here. Done. Okay, so now this method is going to trigger. Okay, now this particular on change only first radio button. For all radio buttons you have to add. For every radio button you have to add it or not. For every radio button you have to add it. Perfect. Okay, I want to check really if you made any change, this particular method is going to listen it or not. I want to check it. So can we write like my console.log of, okay, change call, on change call. Now see, I written only for the radio buttons. I want to make some changes in the radio button, then it's going to listen the changes or not. I want to check. Go to console. Okay, come here. Okay, this is my radio button. If I click on this one, yeah, change call, yeah, see this one. Okay, any radio button if I click, okay, it's going to listen that changes or not. It's going to listen that changes or not. If I click on the checkbox, not. Why? Because I didn't write on change for the checkbox. Just leave it for now. Now tell me. If I click on this one, what you are expecting from this particular change? What you're expecting? You selected which answer? Which answer you selected? B. I want that B. That selected answer belongs to which question? Okay, which question? That is 1. That means 1 and B I want. 1, B. Okay, these two values I want. If I select this particular first question, if I select like this 1C I want here. Okay, instead of change call, I want that particular text. So how we can anyone guess? 1 and C. How we can? Can anyone? In your JavaScript, if you triggered any event, we can capture one event object that is always in the last document. Agreed? Yes, this is my event object. Can I pull the debugger with this event object? What I can get? Can we check it first? Okay, come on. Can I pull the debugger here? Okay. Now, if I select the first question, second answer, okay, yes, my function change method triggered with my event object. Can you go there? Can we check it? My event.target is nothing but what? Event.target is nothing but the event triggered on which element? That is nothing but event.target. Yeah, my event triggered on this particular text box or not? In this text box, you can get this one, right? Already one is there. We also required that question number only. But how we can get this one? Can anyone guess? Event.target dot my name. We can get like 1 or not. Great. Yes or no? Okay, that means my question number I got it by using this one. Event.target dot name. Yeah. Can I write like my console.log of, okay, event.target dot name? My question number came. The next one is what? Question number not only enough. Which radio button you clicked? That radio button, first radio button clicked A I want, second radio button clicked I want B, like this I want, then that time how I can get, means very simple thing. See, if it is a text box, I have a text box is there. Okay. From this text box, how we can get the data? Which data you are getting like an output? Can anyone guess? I have one text box is there. Whatever you enter the data, that data is coming like an output value or not? Agreed or not? Output value or not? Next, if it is like a text area, whatever you enter the data, okay, that data is coming like a output value or not. Why? Because there has a scope is there to enter. Text box is nothing but user can enter the data. Okay, for the text box you can enter, password field you can enter, text area you can enter. But for my radio button, is it possible to enter some data? Can anyone tell? Is it possible to enter some data? If the radio button is there, are you able to enter some data for the radio button? Event dot target dot target dot, okay, target is nothing but your radio button. Okay, how I can get the value, means yes, you can get the value. If I get the value, then the time the default value is like on, off, like this it's going to give. Okay, are you expecting on as a value? Are you expecting on? If you click on the second radio button, my value should be what? B or not? So that okay, what do people tell, like if it is a normal text box, user can enter the value, that value I can give like output. But if it is like a radio button, my user not able to enter the value. So that can you specify the values directly like this? For my first radio button, what is my value? Value is like A. For my second radio button, what is my value? Value is like B. My third radio button, what is my value? My value is like C. For my fourth radio button, what is my value? My value is like D. That's it. Now, can you come here? Can you come here? Now, can I click on the first radio button, first one? Now go to my console. My event.target is the text box. The value is like A. Can we get the value now? Can I get the name now? Yeah. Now see this. My first question answer is like what? A. I have the key and value. Can you prepare the object? If you have the key and value, I can easily prepare the object or not. Yes or no? So that can we write some piece of code here? Event.target.name is 1. My event.target.value is another 1. So can I remove this one? Can you check really reduce the values or not? Yeah, see this. My first question, yeah, first question, second answer B. I changed. Okay, D. Okay, now if you come here, yeah, third question I clicked B. Okay, third question I changed my opinion, like third question is like D. If the same key is there, my previous value is overridden by new value or not in the object. Okay, my fifth question C. Okay, my third question, okay, fifth question, yeah, I changed my opinion, yes or no. I have the inputs or not. Okay, I have the inputs on this only I required, right? My user answers by seeing this one, you can easily understand. My user clicked, okay, first question answer is like D, my third question answer is like D, my first question answer is like A, like this or not. So can we prepare the object now? Okay, come on, how we can prepare an object? How we can prepare an object? How we can prepare an object? Simple. Okay, can we create one variable? This dot user answers. User answer. Okay, now tell me my first question. Can I use like this dot user answer? Can I use like this dot state? Which one is the recommended one? Can anyone guess? Do you want me to use like this dot user answer or this dot state? State variable or this variable? Okay, state variable not required. Why you know? See this. If I select one answer like C, okay, this answer are you able to show in that in this particular view or somewhere? Okay, are you showing this one? Okay, third question is selected like C. Like this, do you want me to show in the browser? Do you want me to update the browser? Okay, just keep aside. Somewhere you can store it. Okay, at the time of clicking on the submit button, okay, that time you have to check these user answers and my key both are like same or not. You have to validate. Okay, whatever the selection is there. Okay, my first question you selected like 2. Okay, keep aside. Okay, just keep store somewhere. Okay, this particular value I'm not showing in the view somewhere. I'm not showing. Hey, my first question is selected like B. Like this, I'm not showing anywhere. Okay, then the time is it a required state? Then you go for state. First time load also required. If you made any changes, that changes has to reflect within the browser. Reflect within the browser is number that values has to show. Okay, that is not happened, right? Okay, so that directly can use like user answers, no problem at all. Okay, now come on here. Event.target and event.target. Event.target and event.target is there. Then can we destructuring the object? Okay, why we need to take like event.target each and every time? Can we destructuring like this? My constant. Okay, what is that? My event.target. Okay, how you can get it? This is my name and this is my value. This is my name and this is my value. Now directly we can get that name and directly we can get that value or not. Perfect. Now if you have the name and the value, is nothing but a key and value. Can we keep those data inside these user answers? Okay, how we can put it? Can anyone guess? This dot user answers equals to how we can this key and the value can I keep like this. My name is like the key and my value is this one the value or not? Yes or no? Okay, now the thing is at last these are my questions. At last I have one button is there. I have one button. Okay, this is my quiz, this is my div. Here I have one button is there, submit button. Okay, button. Okay, button submit. Now here at the time of clicking on this particular button, I want to validate the question and answers, so that for now there is no validation logic, nothing. Okay, we'll see later. Okay, just do this one. I want to show your user answers. Okay, so that I created one on click event, written one handler. Okay, here I'm going to write like this dot user answers. Yeah. Okay. Now can you check? My first question answer is this one, and my third question answer is like B, and my fifth question answer is like C. My fifth question answer is like C. It's not saved. Now where is my button? My button is not visible, right? My button is not visible. Okay, why you know? This is like a position fixed. That space is occupied by my button, so that I want to do one thing in my menu.jsx. Okay, this is your routing related component content. Here I want to do one CSS property. I want to add it margin bottom 50 pixel. Margin bottom 50 pixel. If I give like margin bottom 50 pixel in my menu.css, margin bottom 50 pixel, margin bottom 50 pixel, then that time it gives some gap. Now yeah, say this. Okay, now this is my first question answer is like A, my second question not, third question answer is like B, my fifth question answer is like C. Why? Because we are working on radio buttons, not checkbox at this point of time. Okay, now if I click on the submit button, okay, see this, only the last one is there. Why last one is there means here every time simply you are assigning like what? Simply you are assigning like what? You are assigning like only one property or not. Then the time you can use like a spread operator. Okay. Now the previous values, how we can get it? My this dot user answers. Okay, and this is my new value. Here, why you are using this particular one means if this is not there, then the time my name text itself like a key. But my name is like a key, or my name contains some value that should be like a key. It's like a dynamic, it holds some data or not. Okay, then that time it should be the dynamic values we can represent by using the square brackets. Now come here. Now my first question answer is like A, my third question answer is like D, my fifth question answer is like C. Now if I click on the submit button, yes, this is my user answers or not. First question answer A, my third question answer B, my fifth question answer C. Okay, for example, if I change it like this, okay, my fifth question answer like D now. Yeah, my fifth question answer like D. Okay, my third question answer is also D. My first question answer also D. All are like these only now. If I click on the submit button, yes, first, third, and fifth, all questions answers are like what? These only or not. These are like user answers. These are like which answers? User answers. These user answers you have to check with whom? These user answers you have to check with whom? Check with my key or not. Where is my correct answers? Can anyone? Where is my correct answers? My right answers where? Where my right answers? My right answers are these or not. Okay, my first question answer is like B, and my second question answer is like BD. My third question answer is like C. Okay, these are my keys or not. We can take these answers later. Okay, we can take these answers later. Okay, radio buttons completed. Can we work on checkboxes now? Can we work on checkboxes now? Yes or no? My radio buttons, okay, prepared user answers object with my radio buttons. Okay, let's start with checkboxes. Can anyone tell how we can differentiate your checkbox with your radio button? How we can differentiate? My on change is required for what now? My on change is required for what? My on change is required for checkbox now. On change is required for checkbox now. Okay, how we can differentiate your checkbox with your radio button? Very simple, right? This is my checkbox. My tags are like same. Okay, how we can difference means by using type only, right? If my type is like radio, then the time it's like a radio button. If it is like a type is like checkbox, then the time you can say like a checkbox. My logic is like my checkbox is different, my radio button is different. So that can we take the type now? Can we take the type? So that can we write one simple if condition here like this? If my type equals to checkbox, then the time write your logic checkbox logic. This is also working. Else, this is also working for what? This is also working for my radio button. So that if it is not checkbox, then the time the option is like what? My radio button only or not. So you can write your checkbox related stuff here. Okay, done. Now, come on. Here, the thing is, okay, here, this is something different. Okay, this is something different. If I select this one, if I select this one, okay, see here, it gives me like what? On. Do you want me on? Do you want on for the first checkbox? Do you want on like that? Even the targeted value like on you want? Okay, it should not be. It should not be. Okay, here, if I select again on, if I unselect on, was always on only, right? Always on only. Okay, it should not be like this. So I want the values. So can we get the values first? Can we get the values? Or how we can get the values? It's very simple thing. Same like this only. Can we write the values for all these things? Okay, for my checkbox, my value is like what? Here also, there is no space to enter like text box. Okay, for text box, you can enter something that is coming like a value. For your text area, you can enter something that is coming like a value. For my another one, password field or date field or number field, all these fields we can enter some data that is coming like an output. But here for my checkbox, there is no space to enter some data. Now if I click on this one, yeah, say this A, B, C, D. Okay, you selected A, B, C, D for which question? For which question you selected? If I unselect also A coming, see this, that is the problem. Okay, you have to write some logic. You have to write some logic. Okay, we'll see later, no problem at all. But for now, my requirement is what? For my second question, he selected A. For my second question, he selected B. Question numbers I want. So how we can get the question numbers? How we can get the question numbers? Can anyone tell? Can we use the name itself? No problem. You can use the name. The same name you can write for multiple elements. The same name, okay, we can use for multiple people, right? Same like this. Same name you can use it. My name equals to obj.id. Okay. This is my first question. This is my second question. Okay, not second question here. Second option. This is my fourth option. Okay, perfect. These all belongs to one question only. Now say this. Yeah, my second question he clicked B. For my second question only he clicked C. For my second question only he clicked A. For my second question only he clicked D. So he checked like 4. So that my answer is like A, B, C, D. If I unselect this one, okay, C should have to remove from there or not? That logic you have to write. That logic you have to write. Okay, can we concentrate on that one? Okay, write it. If it is like a checkbox, this one is going to 0. Okay, here what we have to write? Can anyone guess? First, two scenarios you have to consider here. One scenario is like, see this. He checked two. Okay, so that can you come here? My second answer he checked as like A. Okay, my second answer he checked like A. Okay, he checked again. Okay, so that my second answer he checked like A B. Okay, perfect. Okay, like this I want. He checked this one. For my second answer only he checked like this one. Now he changed okay his opinion like okay this one and this one only correct, this is not correct. So that if I click on this one, okay, my answer should be what? A and D only or not. Which one you unchecked, that one you have to remove and you have to keep remaining things or not. That is the thing or not. Means if you checked, you have to add that value. If you unchecked, you have to remove that value or not. That means that particular checkbox you checked or not, I want that one. Okay, you are performing one operation, change operation. The change operation is like what? You checked or you unchecked. That one I want. Understand? Yes or no? You checked the text checkbox or you unchecked the checkbox, I want that one. If you checked, I add that value somewhere. Okay, if you unchecked, whatever the value is there, that is removed from there. Okay, that is my requirement. Let's start. How we can do it? Can anyone guess? How you know that one checkbox checked or not means there has one property is there. There has one property that is checked. This is only for checkbox only. Is checked or checked? Okay, we also don't know. Okay, then how we can? You also don't know, me also don't know, then how we can? Can we debug it? Oh, this is the one. Okay, my event dot target. Okay, this is my checkbox. Event dot target dot checked. Yeah, it's checked like true or not. Perfect. Now the same one if I uncheck. Now can you check my event dot target dot checked? It should be false. Yes. This is my property or not. Can we copy this one? Can we keep here? Yes. Okay. Inside the checkbox, again you have to write two conditions. What is this? One is like you checked the checkbox or else. Okay. Else you uncheck. So for good. Up to here, okay or not? Up to here, okay or not? Okay then. The next one. Can anyone? I have the name is nothing but this one. Okay, this one. Whatever he checked, that value also coming. I know it's like checked or not checked. Okay, then can we proceed? Okay, how we can? Think. Can we do one thing? There has a scope is there, like multiple answers we are going to check here. Okay, multiple answers where we can keep multiple values, how we can represent in a single variable. Can anyone guess? Multiple values, how we can represent like a single value? By using an array or not? So that can we create one array? Okay, can we create one array? How we can create an array? Where you want me to create an array? That is the question, right? I think for me also it's new one. If we check it, then that time it's okay. Okay, unchecked, it's okay. Okay, I have the values also there. The values I want to keep somewhere. Okay, I can keep inside one array. For example, if I create an array here, if I create my checkbox checked answers is like empty. If you made any change, every time it is going to change. Okay, every time it's like empty only. It's going to reset every time. For example, if I select this first one, I can store it. If I select the second one, again it's going to execute. Again this line is going to execute, is nothing but, okay, again it's going to reset or not. So that this is not the right place, first of all. So can we keep out of this particular method? Okay, can I keep like this checkbox here, checked answers? Okay, now my checked answers from here. Okay, if I checked this one, okay, how you can get it? This dot my checked answers. This dot my checked answers. Dot push of what? Dot push of what? My value or not? Value. Okay, my value is like what? If I select A, then the time A I'm going to push into this particular one. Push is the method in the array. Okay, the next one. If I unselect that one, then the time you have to remove that value or not. Okay, can anyone guess? See this. Here, first you selected how many? A, B, D you selected. Okay, and then you unselect what? B. You unselect B. Then the time which one from this A, B, D I want to remove B. Can anyone guess? I have this A, B, D. I want to remove B. I want to remove A. I want to remove D. I don't know which one. Okay, how we can remove? Which one you unchecked, that particular value I want to remove. Where exactly the value? I don't know that one. Okay, can anyone tell? If I give the output to you, this one, okay, I'm asking you, can you remove the B? Okay, how we can remove? If I give the input to you, this one, okay, I ask you to remove this B. Okay, how we can? Okay, don't think like directly my B is like a second one. Okay, maybe my B is like here. Maybe my B is like here. Okay, how we can? This is an array. It's not like, this is not like an object. Delete keyword we are using for object. Can anyone guess how we can? Okay, now from here go to my console. Now see this. This is my input. My input is what? A, B, my A, B. Okay. I'm asking you delete B. Okay, don't say like every time my B is inside, okay, as a second one only. My B may be here, my B may be here. I don't know. The position I don't know. Okay, still I want to remove that B element irrespective of this position. Can anyone guess? First of all, where is my B inside the array? Where is my B? I want to find the index of the B. How we can find the index? My input dot index of my B. What is my index? 1. If you know the index, okay, if you know the position, from that position I can remove one element. How we can remove one element? Means input dot splice is the method. Splice is the method. My splice method take multiple arguments. From where you want me to start? From where you want me to start? Where is that index? From there I want to start it. How many elements you want me to remove? One element. That's it. Yeah, my B removed or not? Perfect. Wherever my B is there, that's not a matter. Why? Because I can get that index of, okay, that index or not. The same logic can be applied. If it is like unchecked, okay, now first of all, that particular value A, B, C, D, where is that? That index I want in the checked answer. So that can we get the index? Okay, how we can get it? Let my index equals to, okay, this dot my checked answers dot index of is the method of my value. Once you have the index, can we remove that particular element from the checked answers? Okay, how we can remove? Checked answers dot splice. Okay, from where you have to start? From that index, how many elements you want me to remove? One element. Yeah. Up to here, okay or not? Okay, now the next one. You checked or unchecked, it's okay, fine. Okay, now you come to this particular place. Okay, here what we have to do? Based on this particular answer, you have to keep that values or not. Okay, how we can keep that values? Based on that particular value, I want to keep it. How we can keep that values? Okay, come on. Here the user answers. Okay, this is the one, right? My user answers A, D is there. For example, D, A is there. Then the time how we can get in the sorting order? Okay, for example, my input equals to A, D is there. It's okay, fine. Like this. Okay, how we can make it is like, it's like a array. I want to make it like AD. Then how we can input dot join. Input dot join. Okay, join. Okay, like this you can do it. Then the time simply it's like this. Sometimes my input may be like this. My input equals to, for example, first you selected D, then the time my D is going to place. After that you selected A, then the time A is going to place. Now if you join, then the time it's like this. DA, I want a sorting order. Why? Because my answers is like a sorted answers. Okay, see, okay, my answers is like what? In the same order, like B, D, like that. Okay, first B and then D. So that how we can sort it this one? Input to dot. Input to dot. We have the method is there. Which method is there? Can anyone guess? Input dot sort is the method. My sort by default is going to work for what? Dictionary sorting. Strings it is going to work. Now you can join it. Now you can join it. Yes, this is the one or not. Zero. Now here, when you go to my place, where is that? Okay, here my this dot user answers. My this dot user answers equals to my current answers. My current answers I don't want to change. Now this is my key and this is my value or not. This is my key and this is my value or not. Agreed? Can we check will it work or not? Okay. Now come here. I don't think it will work properly. Okay, this is the one, right? This dot check the answers. Check the answers. Okay. Yeah. My first question answer is this one. I don't want debug. Just remove this debuggers. Okay. My second question answer is like first one is B. After that I click on A. And after that if I click on this. My third question answer is this one. My fifth question answer is this one. Fourth question I didn't answer. Okay. Check. Now if I click on the submit. First question A. Correct. Yeah. Second question ABD. Yes. ABD. My third question is like B. Yes. B. My fifth question is like B. Yes. B. Now I'm going to enter something like this. My fourth question is like this. Now will it work or not? Can you check? Yes. This is wrong. Okay. This is wrong, right? Yes or no? Okay. Why this is wrong means the previous value is already there. Previous value is already there. Okay, that value should not be here or not. Okay, that value is somewhere you should have to clear it. Okay, that one you have to think. Where is that? Where we have to correct. Understood my problem, right? Okay, in the past, if you put like this, it's like a local. If this one, if you put like this, it's like a global. If it is like a global, then what happened? It is applicable for all questions. Okay, my third question is like a checkbox. The same answer is comes to the next question also. Okay, that is also not one. Okay, think in different way. constant my checked answers equals to this dot user answers of name of name of name. If it is not there, this is the one. Checked answers let checked answer. Yes, this is not this. Checked answer, checked answer, checked answer, checked answer. Okay, hope it should work. Okay, now you can ask the question like how it is going to work. I will tell. If it is work, then I will tell. Okay, now the first question answer is this, or my first question answer is like B. My second question answer is like okay, it gives me error. Checked answers push is not a function. Okay, checked answers push is not a function. This dot user answer is not there, then the time. Okay, put the debugger, no issues. You can get this type of errors, no problem at all. Go to source, put the debugger. Yes, if I check this, yes, my this dot user answers name is not there. If name is not there, by default it's like empty. Okay, by default it's like an empty. My checked answers is like what? Empty array. Now come here. Okay, now you have pushed the value. Okay, now once you push the value, my checked answers dot, okay, sort to and join. Okay, you joined this one. Okay, perfect. I click on this one again. Now my checked answers. Yes, this is the problem. See, it's like which one? Which element? It's like a string, right? Okay, it should not be string. My checked answer should be an array. So that string I don't want. Okay, right. If the user answers dot name is there, if it is not there, if it is there, then the time this dot user answers dot split. That's it. Now there is no doubt it should work. Okay, I will tell this logic and everything I will tell. Okay, yeah, first question, second question 2. Okay, AB. Third question BCD. Fifth question this one. So all are answered right. Now come here. Can I remove this one? Yeah, check it. First question B. Yeah, perfect. First question B. Second question AB. Third question B. Yes, third question B. Fourth question BCD. Fifth question C. Perfect. Now I changed my opinion. My fourth question AD. Yeah, my fourth question AD. Okay, my fifth question A. My fourth question only A. Okay, my second question ABCD. Okay, come here. Yes, my first question B. My second question ABCD. My second question is what? ABCD. My third question is like B. My fourth question only A. And my fifth question is like what? Only A. Agreed? All are working as expected or not? Yes or no? Okay, now you can come here. Okay, you can come here. The checked answer should not be a global variable. If it is like a global variable, you can understand the problem. What is the problem? Okay, that is applicable for remaining all questions also. Next questions also, the same previous answers are there. So here my checked answers are like an array only. First it is going to check for this particular question. Okay, name is nothing but question number, right? For this particular question, already you selected some answers or not? For this particular question, you already selected some answers or not? I want to check it. This dot user answers of 2. Okay, if it is not there, then that time just it is like starting is like an empty array. If it is there, then that time whatever the values are there, string values are there, right? That values I'm going to split into an array. That's it. Already my second question, there is nothing is there. First time you selected. Okay, you selected. Refresh. If it is like a first time, okay, there is no answer for this particular question. Okay, there is no user answer for this particular question. That means the user answer of 2 is what? Undefined. If it is like undefined, it starts with what? Array, empty array. Okay, now it's checked like just is going to push it. Second time, if you check any another checkbox, then the time already the answer is there. So that data answer we are going to split it. Okay, now once you split, this one is like an array only. So we are going to push that value. We are going to push that value. Understand or not? Super good. Both are working as expected or not? For checkbox, for my radio button. Any questions so far? Okay, otherwise I will show you. Just put the debugger. Okay, put the debugger. If see second question, you not selected anything. Now you selected. Now if I selected like this, tell me my this dot user answers, nothing is there. Okay, my second question, did you select anything? No. If you not select anything, it's like undefined. If it is like undefined, if it is like some value is there, this one. Otherwise, colon 1 is going to execute. So that my checked answers, all checked answers is like empty. Now which one you checked? Okay, my A you selected. So that now it's going to push. Perfect. Now already one value is there. If I click on the second one, now see this dot user answers, already my second question A is there. If already there, then that time we are going to split into an array. See, already the value is like A. Now we are going to push into the second value. Now if I click on this one, already my second question there, AB. Okay, it should be converted into what? Already values are there, you have to convert into an array. AB, an array or not. See here, A is one value, B is one value. Like this we are going to. Okay, done. Now at the time of clicking on the button, I want to validate the data. Why? Because my user answers you already joined. Okay, so that here I'm expecting what? An array to push the values into that array. That's the reason I convert my string into array. Yeah. My checked answer should be an array only, right? Then only I can push it. Okay. Now can we concentrate on this submit button now? Yeah. What we have to do? Can anyone guess? In the submit button, what we have to do? I have the user answers. Okay, this is my user answers. What he selected. I have the key. This is my right answers. Now, can we validate my user answers with my key? Okay, how we can validate? How we can validate? First of all, these are my user answers, right? Same like this, my key also, can you prepare one object? My first question answer is correct answer is this one. My second question correct answer is this one. My third question correct answer is this one. Like this, can we prepare first key? So how we can prepare the key? This dot my key equals to an object. At first time load only, I want to prepare a key. So at first time load, after loading, after rendering, okay, which method is that? Which method is going to execute after rendering? Component did mount is going to execute. Inside this method, okay, I have my question and answers here. Can we prepare the key? Okay, how we can prepare the key? Can anyone guess? Okay, in the object format I want this dot my question, this dot questions dot for each. Okay, each and every time it gives me what? One object. Comma, it's index. So here I have an object. My object contains what? My question number and my answer. So that can be keep that question number answer in the key. Okay, how we can keep it? My this dot key of my this dot key is an object. Okay, I want to keep one property. How we can keep one property? How we can insert the data? By using dot notation or by using square bracket notation. When you go for square bracket notation, if my key is like a dynamic, then you should have to go with square bracket notation. Object.id equals to my object.answer or not. Done. Okay, this index is not required. I'm not using. Now finally, this is only my key, right? Okay, console.log of this dot key. Now see, inside my console, if you observe, you can see the key. Yes, yeah, somewhere you can see the key. Hey, this is only my right answers, right? These only my right answers or not? I have the right answers. Okay, I have the user answers. Can we compare both? Can we compare both? Yes or no? Okay, let's start. How we can do it? Can anyone? Okay, which one you want to please tell me first? Okay, I have the key answers. These are my key answers. These are my key. These are nothing but right answers. These are my key answers, right answers. The next one. These are my user answers. These are my user answers. Yes. By seeing this one, how many correct? You easily understand, right? Okay, my first one correct, my second one wrong, my third one correct, my fourth one wrong, my fifth one wrong. Okay, my answer should be 2. Okay, how we can write the logic? How you want me to write the logic? Yeah, loop. We have to loop it. Okay, which one you want me to take for looping? Okay, you want me to take the key or you want me to take the user object? Which one you want me to take inside my loop? Key or user answers? Which one? Okay, my key always like how many questions are there, all questions inside my key or not. For example, my question paper for out of 100 questions, so that 100 question answers inside my key or not inside my key. Now my user answers, how many? My user answers contains how many properties? Are you expecting like 100 question and answers? No, one person he can answer only 10 questions. Then the time, how many questions you want me to validate? You want me to repeat 100 questions or you want me to repeat 10 questions? Why we need 100 questions? Just 10 questions you have to repeat or not? Yes or no? My key contains always 100 questions only. Some people are like answered 100 questions. Some people only 10 questions. Some people only 20 questions. Okay, irrespective of their answer, okay, how many questions they answered, okay, irrespective of that one, if you repeat this one, what is the use of this one? If you repeat 100 questions, how many questions you want me to validate? 20 only, right? Instead of repeating 100 questions, can we repeat these 20 questions? Can we validate that 20 questions only? What he answered? Remaining answers I don't want. Okay, remaining he didn't answer, then that's why I need to validate. So which one you want me to repeat? User answers or key? If you take like a key, if you repeat 100 questions every time, you have to repeat. If you repeat the user answers, how many answers you ticked? Maybe 100 out of 100. Okay, then the time 100, you max 100. Okay, you can repeat it. Okay, some persons are like 20 questions only answered. Then the time 20 questions only has to repeat. I don't want to repeat each and every question. Okay, done. Which one is the recommended one? Which one you want me to loop in? Key or user answers? Which one is the recommended one? Obviously, my user answers is the recommended one or not? User answers is the recommended one. So next, the next one, user answers. How I can repeat? How I can repeat? It's not like a normal array, right? If it is like array dot length like this, I can repeat it. But it's like an object, right? So how we can repeat an object? Can anyone guess? I have an object is there. How I can repeat this object? How I can repeat this object? If you don't know, okay, me also don't know, just we can try both. This is my object. Okay, this is my object. I want to repeat this one. How we can repeat? So, is it possible by using for loop? For loop. Okay, for loop, how many times you want me to repeat? Is my length is there? Not there. Can we go with the for in is there, right? Okay, value in book. Okay, can we try this one at least? Can I put the debugger? Okay, what is my b value? What is my o value? Okay, the next one. What is my b value? 3. Okay. Okay, instead of that one, just can we do one thing? Can we print it? Then the time we can get some idea, right? Now come here, my console.log of. Okay. Can anyone guess what it provides? What it provides? It provides your keys or not? Keys or not? Okay. If you not believe me, okay, you can do one thing. Can we remove this third one? Okay, delete o dot. I deleted one property. Okay, my O contains what now? 1, 2, 4, 5. Now my answer is like 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, it gives me the keys or not? It gives me the keys. Perfect. It gives me the keys. Now can you go here? Can you go here? Where is my submit button? Okay, this is the one. It gives me the key every time. Every time. Okay, which object you want me to repeat? Can anyone guess? User answers you have to repeat or not? User answers. This dot user answer. Okay, perfect. Now, by default, my marks are like what? By default, my marks are like 0. By default, my marks are like 0. Now, see this. My key is nothing but what? My key is nothing but what here? Question number or not? My first question number is like what? 1. If my question number, if you have, okay, then that time, can we get the answer for that particular question, right answer from my key? How we can get it? My key of your question number or not? Okay, can we get the answer what my user selected, or how we can get it? My user answer of your question number or not? If my key question answer and my user answer question answer both are like same, then that time we can say like what? That particular question is like correct or not. So how we can write here? Here you can write like if I have the keys there. If my this dot user answer of my key is equals to my this dot key of my okay answer key, this is answer key of your key, both are like same, then that time can we increment the marks? Can we increment the marks? Okay, once it is done, can we print my message like console.log of my marks? Console.log of my marks. Yes, done. My k is not defined. This is my k, right? V is not defined. Why V is not defined? Okay. Yeah, that type you have to specify. It's okay, fine. Okay, can we check how many right answers? You know, question and answers, right? Okay, the first one. How to represent the data which is coming from the how to represent the data which is coming from outside to my class component by using props. First one is correct. Below which are life cycle methods? Forward reference set state. This is wrong. Okay. How to update the state variable? Set state. This is correct. React DOM.render take which arguments? Element as an argument, callback as an argument, container reference, none. Okay, container reference, none. Okay, this one. It's correct. I selected multiple times, but lost finally it's like correct answer only. How many types of components are there in React? 2. Overall, how many questions correct? Overall, how many questions correct? This one is correct. This one is correct. This one is correct. This one is wrong. This one is correct. 4. My answers should be like 4. Yes. Agreed or not? Now, if I remove this one, my answer should be like 3. Okay. If I put like this, my answer should be like 2. Okay. If I give the correct answer, okay, correct answer. Now my second question is like answer correct. Then the time my answer should be like what? 3. Yes or no? Okay. My answer should be like 2 now. Okay. This is wrong, and this one also wrong. This one also wrong. Okay, this is already wrong, and this one also wrong. All are like wrong. 0. Now this is 2, and this 3, and set state is the method, and these two are the life cycle methods, and props. All are correct. My answer should be like what? 5. Yes. Or not. Agreed or not? Any questions so far? Okay, that score you are going to show here. Okay, that score we are going to show in this particular area. Okay, how we can show that score? Yes, we can show it. Okay, now come here. This is the one, H1. Okay, inside this H1, I want to place some text. I want to use like different ways I want to write. Okay, reference, result reference. How we can represent this data? Can anyone guess? How we can represent ref data in your component? By using refs variable. By using refs variable. Okay, how we can this dot refs dot my result reference dot inner text equals to your score. Okay, your score how many marks? Okay, 3 marks. Done. You score these many marks. Now this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. Okay, you scored how many? You scored 1 mark. Okay, only one question I answered. Okay, if I click on this one, yes, you scored 1 mark. Okay, once you scored, do you want me to allow him to click on these buttons and everything, click on the submit button again? Is it the recommended one? Once he submit the text, do you want me to allow him to resubmit and okay, and then again allow him to select these particular checkboxes and radio buttons once he submitted next time? Do you want me to allow him like that? Is it recommended one? Once my test is submitted, then the time you should make the submit button all radio buttons and checkboxes in the mute or not? Yes or no? You have to make it as like disable or not. Once my test got submitted, you should not allow him to resubmit the test, as well as okay, you should not allow him to select any one of the radio button or checkbox. Okay, let's do that one first. Now this is the one. Can we create one simple state variable? So far I didn't create any state variable. Now I want to create. Okay, this dot state equals to is test submitted. By default, what is the value? Submit is just submitted. By default, false. Perfect. By default, it's like false. Then you want me to make it as true. When you want me to make it as true, at that time of clicking on the submit button, you should have to make it as true or not. Simple. That state equals to how we can is test submit equals to true. Okay. Now, based on this flag, can you make this particular radio buttons and checkboxes like disable or enable? Okay, button. If you want to disable, we have one property called as a disabled. Okay, which property is there? Okay, this dot state dot. Okay, so can we destructuring that one? Constant equals to this dot state is test disabled, is test submit, not disabled, is test submit. Okay, now disabled is test submit is like true, then the time it's going to disable or not. Now see this. First time it's not disabled. First time it's not disabled. If I click on this one, yeah, my test submitted, it's disabled or not. Same like this. Can we add to my remaining all input controls? This is one. This is another one. This is another one. Okay. same like this for this checkbox also. Now come here. Yeah, this is my 4 and this one and this one. Okay, and this one and this one. Okay, now I'm going to submit my test. Yeah, just submit it. Yes, you scored like 2 marks. Good. Now see, are you able to pre-select or are you able to submit the test again? Are you able to submit the test again? No or not? Working as expected or not? Super good. Okay. Now I want to add the timer for this particular test. I want to give like 5 questions, only 20 seconds time or 30 seconds time. Okay, or 1 hour time. That depends. That is your okay based on your requirement. Okay. I want to give at the time of loading my page, at the time of loading my page, which page? This page, one timer has to start here. Okay, the timer has to decrement that seconds. I'm giving like 30 seconds. Okay, starts with 30, 29, okay, 26. Like this, my timer has to start. Whenever it reaches 0, okay, then the time, still my user, still my student or user writing the test, then the time don't allow him to write. Okay, default submit the test in the middle itself. Why? Because my time up, automatically my test has to submit. Okay, I'm giving like okay, scenarios. See how much time you given to write this test? 30 seconds. The scenarios tell me. Scenarios. Okay, 30 seconds we given like to write the test. Okay, one scenario. One guy completed within 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds. One guy completed within 10 seconds. One guy completed within 10 seconds. That means, okay, my timer at 20 seconds space now. Okay, at the time of 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds left remaining. Okay, if you submit the test, then the time, just stop the timer and everything. Don't run the timer. Just simply he completed his test. Okay, within 10 seconds. That means my timer 30, 29, up to 20 he reached. That means 10 seconds completed. He completed the test. Okay, that means the scenario is like before this particular test timing. Okay, before this interval. Okay, before this duration. Okay, my user can submit the test. That is one thing. The next one. Okay, my user just complete only 2 or 3 questions within 30 seconds. Then the time completed, my time reaches 0. Then the time by default you have to submit the test or not. Default my test has to submit. Okay, that one we have to do 2 scenarios. First of all, can we do one thing? Can we run one timer here? Okay, how we can run the timer? Can anyone guess? How we can run the timer? Can anyone guess? Okay, here if you want to give the separation and everything, you have to write something like okay, see the question is like how we can give some dash like this. Okay, if you want to give some dash, then simply you can write like some CSS. Okay, some CSS you have to write. This is my anchor, right? This is my anchor tag. Okay, just you can give like border. Okay, left, right, right. Okay, 1 pixel, solid red. Okay, like this you can give. Okay, you can give like some before or after. Okay, CSS properties are there. You can give the before and after. You can give some gap. Some gap you can give it like this. You can write. Some CSS you have to use. Okay, how we can run the timer here means my timer has to start and decrement one by one continuous operation or not. Then you can go with what set interval is the one. So that can you write that one. Okay, come here, go top. Okay, here. Okay, time left. Time left is like what? 30. Time left is like 30. Can we add that 30 inside this particular area? Now this is my value. Time left is my state variable, so that already you restructuring that one. Just you can use like the time left here. Yes, my time left is like 30 seconds. Perfect. Where is my time left? Where is my 30, 30, 30? Yeah, here. I don't want here. Okay, can we give? Position is like fixed. Okay, top is like 0. Okay, right is like 0. Okay, irrespective of scroll, always my timer should be here only. Okay, so that my font size equals to 50 pixel or 30 pixel. Okay, my color equals to red. Okay, this is my timer's place. So can we give some class name? My class name equals to time left is my class name. Can you go to my quiz.css? Okay, now can I write that class? Okay, time left is my class. Time left equals to, okay, now come here. This is the one. Now this is my time left. Yeah, it's here. Okay, I want to decrease that one. Okay, how we can decrease? Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess how we can decrease? Once my question paper loaded is nothing but DOM rendered is nothing but which method is going to execute? Component did mode is going to execute. Here, can we write your stuff? Okay, my window dot set interval is the method. Set interval is the method. Okay, directly can write the set interval. Okay, this will help us. Set interval, yeah. For every 1 second, I want to decrement this time or not. How much time you want to decrement this dot? Okay, set state. My time left equals to this dot state dot my time left -1. Time left -1. For every 1 second, okay, it's going to run. Yes, yeah, 30, 29, 28. My timer started or not? When you want me to stop this timer? When you want me to stop this timer? Whenever you reaches 0, okay, that is one scenario you have to stop it. The next one is what? Whenever you click on the submit button, okay, then also my timer has to stop or not. So how we can stop your timer? Okay, we can stop your timer by using clear interval method. Clear interval is the method. Clear interval. So that can we specify the key here? Okay, how we can specify the key? Okay, just you can write it. My this dot interval. This dot interval. Okay, this is my key. Why I put like this dot interval? I will tell. See, the scenario is like my submit button click is common for both activities or not, both scenarios or not. Submit button click. Submit button click. See here. 10 seconds, within 10 seconds, my user completed test. Okay, what the next activity in the 11th second? My 10 seconds, he completed, okay, my test. Whatever the 5 questions are there, he completed. Okay, my 11th second, he is going to submit the button or not? Yes or no? He click on the submit button or not? Submit button. Click on submit button. Yeah. Okay. If I click on the submit button, what activities are done inside the submit button? Okay. Calculate score. Calculate score. Okay. And then my test is going to submit it simply. Okay. Test is going to submit. Test submitted. What things we are going to do inside this one means you make it as like disable and we calculate the score and display the score. That is the thing. Okay, my user complete test within 10 seconds. Okay, for example, my user not able to complete within the 30 seconds, my timer reaches 0. Then the time also what we have to do? What we have to do? You have to submit the test, right? How we can submit the test? Again, you should have to click on the button or not. Click on the submit button or not. Now, if I click on the submit button, one method is going to call, right? If I click on the submit button, which method is going to call? This dot function submit, this method is going to call or not. So that once my timer started, once he reaches, okay, what? My this dot, state dot, time left equals to 0, then that time, what you have to call? You have to call your function submit or not. What my function submit is going to do? He is going to calculate, okay, all these things and he is going to disable this one. He is going to make test score. At the same time, extra thing is what? You have to clear that interval or not. Clear interval. Where is my interval? Inside the component did mode. Okay, here this interval I want to share into my function submit. So how we can share it? If it is like var left constant, then the time it's like what? Then the time it's like a normal local variables. How we can share from here to here? By using this only we can share it or not? That's the reason just I hold with my current object this variable. Now, my full-fledged test is running now. Yes, my timer started. Okay, scenario C. Props. Okay, this much time why we need it. And we give like only 10 seconds. Okay. My test only 10 seconds. Okay. First scenario. He is not able to complete within that time. Okay, component and the component is more. Yeah, my test submitted. See this. I'm not able to do anything. My test got submitted or not? You scored 2 marks. Okay, my time up. Yes or no? Okay. The next scenario is what? The next scenario is what? Can anyone tell? The next scenario. Okay, he completed before time. Okay, time left. Okay, before time left. Okay, completed test before time left. Then the time also, my timer has to stop. Okay, come on first. Okay, props is this one component and this one and this one. Okay, okay, set state method. Okay, call. Okay. We are not able to complete within 10 seconds, so that we can give like 20 seconds at least. Okay. Now you can props component and this one set state, and the next one is like what? So 2 and this one 4 answers should be correct. Yeah. See this? You scored like 3. 3 means okay. This is also not selected, right? Okay. 3. See this? Within there are 8 seconds left. You completed your test or not? You submitted your test or not? Okay, these are the 2 scenarios. Agreed? How it's going to work? It's a simple online test. That's it. More than that, nothing. You hard coded these values generally. You hard coded these questions now. Okay. In online test, the questions are in the database. From the database, you are going to fetch that questions and it's going to display it. That's it. So for good. Any questions so far?
Can you show me that this once again, sir? Did we bind that function submit so that we got the this object inside that submit?
Yeah, right. This dot function submit.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Any questions?
Sir, that slice method in the else part, how it is working for the array?
Slice method, right?
Yeah.
Go to this one. Come here. Yeah. What is that? Function change, right? Say this. I have the checked answers. I have the checked answers. For example, think you checked A, B, and D. Okay, think like that. A, B, D. Or whatever he checked, I maintained like an array format. So that how many values he checked? A he checked, and then B he checked, and then B he checked. Okay, done. After some time, what he did is he unchecked B. Then the time in the array, how many values should be there? 2 values only or not? This B should be removed. Okay, how we can remove the B? My B position I don't know exactly. Okay, don't conclude like this is like lost. My B is in the lost, so that I can pop it like that. Okay, don't think like that. I don't know exactly how he selected, in which order he selected. Okay, he may select B first. He may select B lost. I don't know that one. So that where exactly my B position, you have to find it. How you can find it? Input dot index of is the method. Index of your B. Yeah, where is my B? This is my B. Okay, my B position is like 2. Now in my second position, okay, which element is there? That element you have to remove. Which element already you find, right? Which element is there? B element is there in the second position. You have to remove it. Okay, how we can remove the element from the one position means by using splice method. By using splice method. Okay, how it is going to work means from where you want me to start. Okay, where you want me to start means from which position you want me to start. Second position. So that 2. Okay, is nothing but index. how many elements you want me to delete? Deleted count 1. You want me to add anything? No. So that just click on this one. So my B is going to delete it. Okay, inside the input, how many elements are there? Only 2 elements or not? That is only identity here. See this. Okay, I taken the index of value. Value is nothing but which one you selected, A, B, C, D. Okay, this block when it's going to execute it, if it is not checked, unchecked, already checked, you removed. Okay, you remove the checkbox. Okay, unselect the checkbox so that that particular index you can got it, and then you can splice it. Index, comma, just remove one value. That is the one. Okay, whatever the changes you made, that is directly impacted on your checked answers. Checked answers variable.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Sir, can I ask a doubt from yesterday's class?
Yeah, tell me.
In textbox functional component, textbox function.js file, we have used that object deformatting input ref function or something like that in the JS file while
The forward reference.
Yes. In functional class, we have explained at last in forward reference. Yeah, there that.
Okay.
Not in the. I actually pasted that line in the chat. Text box. Maybe this is the one which I tried. You kept this in object destructuring format in a function call.
Okay, you should not use like an object destructuring format. Object destructuring format only works for props object.
No. Yesterday I don't remember the file name.
Here we are using like object destruction.
Yes.
Why? Because here. Yeah, go ahead.
That can you explain that line name reference how it is destructured? I didn't understand actually.
Okay, this is the one, right? Generally,
yeah.
It's like this. Okay, normal way we are going to write like this, right? Just you can write name data. Okay. Now
yes.
Inside my data, name reference is there, so that we can take like what name reference like this. Now, if it is an object, how we can destructuring one variable, one property, how we can destructuring? I have an object, my data is an object, how we can destructuring? We can destructuring like this or not? Constant, from which one, from where you want to destructure? From my data. So that from my name reference, so that my data is pointing to what now? Name reference only or not? Okay, instead of data, we can use this spot or not? That one only I did here.
Oh, you don't need, it is not necessary that we have to put constant and then...
not required, because this is the value. This value is there, right? It's already declared variable. We are not able to change that value.
Okay.
The constant variable.
And one more thing, one second. Forward referencing, I'm actually confused between props and forward referencing. Yesterday we used the concept of forward referencing. So my doubt is like, we want to render the value in the text box, right? Like, can't we pass the value like that on button click? Initially, I put the state variable to null. Okay. And on button click, I set the value to whatever value I want in state variable. Okay. And can't I pass that value as props to that child, and there I can append it, right? So what's the point of going for forward reference?
Yeah, that is also one more way. You can pass it, no problem at all. But the concept is like, I want to create my reference, I want to forward the reference. That is the concept.
Okay. So, okay, this is an alternative method to do it, right?
If you have the data, we can pass the data, you can bind there, no issues. Issues. But the concept is like, I want to create one reference, I want to give this reference to some other person, I want to forward this reference to some other person, like that.
And one more thing, I was kind of confused in exception handling. That's with static method get derived from errors or something, that method. Yeah, there. Why here this is not available, right?
It's a static context, so that this is not available.
So this is not available. But has exception is a variable, is an object inside the state. So how we are actually
No,
able to access
it's
the
like a variable inside the state. This is the way we are going to create the state variable. Okay, here
okay.
we are not able to use like this dot. Okay,
Yes.
general way is like this. This dot set state one object only has except equals to like this. These people said like anyway you are not able to use this method, so that remove this method. Just return this value. That's it. I will take care.
My point is like because that is inside the state, has exception is present inside the state, but state is not available
No, not like
in
that.
static.
This particular one, whatever you return, this guy is going to understand like this is the value to update inside the state.
Okay.
Okay, this guy. Okay, this guy is going to check with some other person. Okay, that guy is going to update this value. That's it.
Okay.
Finally, the goal is like that object state, whatever you return, that values I have to update within the state variable. Like this guy is going to understand.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, tomorrow onwards we are going to start with that end-to-end flow. Okay, so in your machines just install MySQL database. Okay, Node.js, Node software also you can install. MySQL database and Node software. Node and MySQL also software only. Those two you can install. Okay, I'm uploading this one now itself. Okay, you know right, I'm not giving you like node modules and build. How you can get the node modules? By running npm install command. Yeah, any questions so far? No? Then you can drop. I'll upload this one, just you can download.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, upload it. Then thanks guys, thanks for joining.